Hi friends, FirearmPop here, and today we're going to have another in my series of armed citizen stories, and this one is Home Invasions Part 2. Again, these are just great stories. I think there's something to be learned in every one of these stories that we read. Anyway, without further ado, let's get going. A home invasion in San Antonio, Texas ended when the invader, James Adam Garcia, was killed by the homeowner, Richard Gomez Sr. Gomez's son, Richard Jr., told police that he had been in the living room watching TV when someone knocked on the door. When Gomez answered, a man pushed his way inside saying, "This is a Jack." The intruder, later identified as Garcia, then repeated the phrase before shooting the younger Gomez in the leg. Garcia then ordered the wounded man toward the back of the house. The elder Gomez was in the bedroom with his wife when he heard the gunshot. He grabbed a .357 caliber revolver and left the bedroom to investigate. When Garcia saw Gomez Sr., he fired at him, striking the elder Gomez in the chest. The homeowner then raised his gun and fired 2 shots at Garcia, killing him. Well, in the last video we heard that the size didn't matter. I don't know if size mattered. 2 shots of a .357 Magnum in the chest is going to do a lot of damage. Okay, next story. A Gardenville, Nevada homeowner shot and killed a man who broke into his home. According to police reports, Walter Francis Hetrick of Antioch, California, broke a window next to a door at 11:24 p.m. and then entered through the door. Charles Siderman heard someone breaking in and called police. The homeowner, armed with a .357 caliber revolver, then shot the intruder when he entered his home. Douglas County Sheriff's investigator Mike Brigani said that the man protecting his castle against someone committing a felony such as a home invasion and burglary is allowed to defend himself. He was in fear of his life, Brigani explained. His whole family was there. Amen. Again, states with the castle doctrine. You folks, if it comes up for a vote in your state, make sure you vote for the castle doctrine. It's what we need to protect ourselves. In an apparent home invasion gone wrong, the suspect burglar Deandrid Williams was fatally shot by his intended victim, Juan Carlos Garcia. His wife and 2 small children had been sleeping when Garcia was awakened by an intruder. Arming himself with a pistol, Garcia went into the living room to investigate, when he encountered an armed man standing in the front door. When the intruder fired at Garcia, striking him in the arm, Garcia returned fire. Williams then ran outside. Garcia followed, and Williams, who was waiting for him, fired at Garcia, hitting him several times. Garcia dropped to the ground and fired 1 more shot, fatally wounding Williams. Okay, wow. It's sounds like the OK Corral to me. A man was shot in the buttocks by an armed Las Vegas homeowner when several men broke into a home in an attempted burglary. The shot sent the would-be burglars running. One suspect jumped from a 2nd-story window. Police arrested 4 men, including a wounded man, and charged them with burglary with the use of a deadly weapon and home invasion. The North Las Vegas Police Lieutenant Victor Dunn said the suspects were going through the neighborhood, knocking on doors, looking for an empty house. What can I say? A Dunn, North Carolina homeowner shot and killed a man who threatened him with a gun in a botched home invasion attempt. Terry Alston and his family had just returned from a barbecue at his mother-in-law's at about 10 p.m. His wife went upstairs to bed, and Alston sat down in his living room with his son and daughter to watch television. About 20 minutes later, someone knocked on his door. Thinking it was his sister-in-law, Alston opened the door and was surprised to find 2 strange men. The men said their car had broken down and asked to use the phone. Alston handed them a cordless phone and closed his front door. as he left the men were acting suspiciously. Let's go. Alston handed them a cordless phone and closed his front door as he felt the men were acting suspiciously. He picked up his 38 caliber revolver, and when he returned to his front door, the men were trying to push it open, saying they were done with the phone. When Alston opened the door to retrieve the phone, one man armed with a gun tried to push his way in, announcing, "You know what time it is." Alston fired several times at the gunman, finally wounding him. The other men escaped in a car with a third accomplice, but they were later arrested thanks to a detailed description of Alston's son. A man wanted in a home invasion and a string of armed robberies in a Glover Beach, California area is suspected in an attempted robbery of August 29th. Damon Anderson and the accomplice allegedly approached a Grover, California man at 1 a.m., brandishing a knife and stating, "Put your hands up or I'll stab you." The intended victim pulled the handgun and stopped the robbery, said Police Detective Brian Thomas. The suspects left their car behind, fleeing on foot. Police later arrested one suspect. Yeah, as the old adage, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Michael Amati told sheriff's deputies in Greene County, Tennessee, that the double-wide mobile home he rented became the scene of a home invasion one Tuesday evening when two masked men kicked in the front door, ordered him to the floor, and robbed him of his wallet. Lamente was determined not to take the roughing up lying down. However, he managed to crawl to a closet, retrieve a shotgun, and shoot at one man before he escaped through a window. When the second intruder appeared from the basement stairs, pointing a shotgun at him, Lamonte fired 2 shots, fatally wounding the home invader. Good news. When a 71-year-old Edith Lebetter woke to noises in her Slapout, Alabama home early one Saturday, she retrieved a .410 bore shotgun from her bedroom and fired once at the intruder. The shot found its target, striking the man in the neck and ending the home invasion. This was one lady who decided not to be a victim, said Elmore County Sheriff Bill Franken. She was protecting herself and her home. 410 shotgun. Doesn't have to be 12 gauge. 410 shotgun will do it, folks. When 62-year-old Perry Johns of Pensacola, Florida, answered a knock at his front door one morning, he found a female acquaintance asking to use his telephone. Once inside, the woman asked Johns for money, a request she reinforced by pulling a gun. The scene sent a friend of John's who had been visiting, running from the house to summon police. After briefly chasing him, the woman went back inside and ordered Johns to drive her and a companion to a bank money machine to make a withdrawal. But as they stopped outside, the Johns grabbed the gun from behind the door and fired several shots, wounding and sending the woman to the ground. Like her companion, she escaped but was captured shortly thereafter to face charges of home invasion, robbery, aggravated assault, and with a firearm, and kidnapping. Let's start this one again. 3 masked men entered a Moulton, Alabama home in an attempt to rob the family living there. After one of the intruders placed a pistol to the head of the man in the house, a female resident said she needed to go into the back room to get her baby. Instead, she returned with a pistol and began firing at the intruders. 2 of the men fled, while the third was held for police. One suspect turned himself in. The third was still at large, but police knew his identity and an arrest was expected. All of the bandits had criminal histories, including one who was awaiting trial for rape at the time of the home invasion. At an attempted home invasion, invasion was thwarted when Mary Williams decided the man who had asked to use her phone had something else in mind. Williams of Haines City, Florida, went to get her 38. When she returned, the man was beating her husband over the head with the phone. Williams ordered ordered him from the home, but when he ignored, she fired, mortally wounding him. Nothing like being mortally wounded. When an intruder armed with 2 handguns broke into Kevin Rolson's Canton, Illinois home on Christmas Day, Rolson armed himself, then opened fire on the armed invader. The wounded suspect was held by police pending charges of attempted murder and home invasion. The county sheriff said no charges were placed against Rolston. Okay. Well, there you have it. Another fine set of home invasions stopped, and people protecting their lives that are armed citizens, law-abiding armed citizens. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this second part in the series. This is FirearmPop. Be safe out there, and God bless. Bye now.